War. A word in which the grinding of metal mixes with the echo of distant artillery. A word behind which millions of destinies are hidden and thousands of machines created for one purpose: to endure, to break through, to survive. Today we enter the realm where engines roar, smoke rises above the fields, and the earth trembles under steel tracks. A place where legends were born in fire. The story of the tanks of the Second World War is not only a tale of armor and guns, it is a story of the people inside the steel, of fear, courage, and hope. Europe, 1939. A cold morning. On the Polish border stands a tank that will become a symbol of the First Lightning War, the Panzer III. Maneuverable, fast, built not for frontal assaults, but for breakthrough warfare. Polish soldiers watch as grey columns stretch toward the horizon. Tanks are only one piece of a larger and deadlier mechanism. As they creep through the morning mist, they seek weak points, bypass defenses, encircle positions. But the Polish tankers have an answer. The 7TP, light yet reliable. Its armor is thin, and its firepower modest. But its crews fight for every kilometer of homeland. The first shots of the new kind of war echo across the fields. Sparks fly from armor. Tracks grind through the soil. The age of steel monsters has begun. Far away, in another corner of the world, a different battlefield emerges. North Africa, heat shimmering above the desert floor, sand infiltrating every mechanism, palm trees stretching like ghosts against a glaring sky. And among this merciless landscape stand two machines destined for legend: the German Panzer IV and its British rival, the Matilda II. The sun burns so fiercely that the air ripples above the moving tanks. Commands ring out. Distance 1,200. Lodar more piercing. The Matilda slow as a fortress grinds forward. The Panzer IV, more agile, searches for an opening. The combat is not just a duel of metal, it is a clash of engineering philosophies. Across the dunes, Italian M13s struggle in the heat, while Stuka dive bombers shriek overhead. General Romeo perfects his doctrine of swift, fluid strikes, but the British adapt, resist, and learn. The desert becomes a classroom of fire, where every mistake costs blood. Back in Europe, a storm builds in the east. On June 22nd, 1941, as German tanks once again surge forward, they meet something they did not expect: a machine that will redefine warfare. In the morning haze, its silhouette emerges: sloped armor, wide tracks, a powerful 76mm gun. The T-34. With its revolutionary design, it shakes the confidence of German crews. Under Matsenska Panzer, the third column comes under sudden fire. Their shells ricochet harmlessly off the T-34's angled armor. German tankers realize that their long reign of superiority has ended. And yet the T-34 is not perfect. Crude optics, tight crew conditions, harsh mechanical demands. But it moves across mud and snow where German tanks bogged down. It climbs, rolls, and crashes forward like an iron avalanche. The war shifts to the broken streets of Stalingrad here. Tanks are not kings. They are hunted beasts, moving through a labyrinth of shattered buildings. T-34s break through barricades only to be ambushed by Panzer IVs or knocked out by hidden anti-tank guns. From basement windows, anti-tank rifles spit death. From rooftops, Molotov cocktails rain down. The thunder of tank engines echoes strangely in the stone canyons of the city, a deep, suffocating echo, like the heartbeat of the ruined metropolis. Crews fight street by street, floor by floor, losing machines as fast as they advance. Stalingrad devours steel. In 1943, a new shard orizas. The Tiger! Heavy, powerful, terrifying. Its deadly 88mm gun can destroy a T-34 at over a kilometer. Its armor shrugs off most Soviet shells. The first encounters are like seeing a mythic beast. Soviet crews watch their rounds bounce off its hide. But war is not only about machines. It is about tactics and adaptation. Soviet tankers swarm the Tiger, slipping into closer range, attacking from the flanks, laying smoke, calling artillery. A new version of the Soviet workhorse appears, the T-3485, with a larger turret and a more powerful gun. Little by little, The balance shifts. The Summer of 1943 brings the largest armored clash in human history. The Battle of Kursk. Over the horizon, thousands of tanks gather. Tigers, Panthers, T-34 SAKV-1 South, Su-152s. The air hums with tension, as if the earth itself braces for impact. At Prokhorivka, Soviet and German tanks charge through dust clouds so thick that visibility shrinks 2 meters. Panthers fire from long range, their powerful guns seeking targets. T-34s race to close the distance, turning the engagement into chaotic, brutal, close-quarters combat. Tracks collide, hulls ram. The ground shakes like a living creature beneath the steel tie. Flames consume machines where crews fought seconds earlier. Kursk is a storm of steel, one that will tilt the entire war. Meanwhile, in the West, a different tank writes its own chapter. The American M4 Sherman, not the best gun, not the thickest armor, but reliable, fast, easy to produce, in massive numbers. When the Allies land in Normandy, Shermans roll across hedgerows and fields, often facing superior German armor. Against Tigers or Panthers, they are outmatched, but they fight smart. They swarm, outmaneuver, strike from the sides, coordinate with infantry and aircraft. The Sherman becomes the backbone of the Allied push toward Germany because it is always there, always ready, always in numbers. By 1945, the end approaches. Berlin is a city of rubble and smoke. Sovietized 2 heavy tanks advance through the ruins, their massive guns tearing apart strongholds. German King Tigers resist, but they are too few, too late, crippled by shortages and desperation. T-34s push deeper into the broken streets, while American Shermans capture town after town in the West. Every corner, every bridge, every courtyard becomes a battleground. The last tanks of the Third Reich burn where they stand, surrounded by the weight of the war they could not win. The war ends, but the legends remain. The T-34, symbol of resilience. The Tiger, symbol of power. The Sherman, symbol of reliability and mass production. The Panther, symbol of engineering brilliance. Yet inside each tank, behind every slab of armor and every shell fired, were people, men who hoped, feared, endured, men who closed the hatch, knowing they might never open it again. Men who lived, fought, and died inside steel machines. Time erases the tracks left on the earth, but not the memory of those who drove into fire to shape the world we live in today. This is a story of the legendary tanks of the Second World War, a story of steel and of the human heart.